it's time to erase these plans.
Let's see how you do. Okay.
Hey guys, 24th step. We haven't seen each other for a long time. It's like a tradition already. 3 months this winter I skipped, and a lot of things happened. So let's make conclusions. What was with my UGC career, what happened, and what are the next steps. So let's begin. After my last vlog, I made a break, and during this break I had my first great contract. Not really great, but if we will remember about my price, it was much bigger than my regular contract for $5. Yeah, so it was $40, and I completed it in just 1 day, yeah, and got my first payment. It was from Ukrainian client for video in self-style for mathematic school, yeah, online school. Let me show you the table of my earnings. I modified it a little to make you not see client IDs and invoices. So this is the order. I earned $32, and it was the 16th of December, yeah. And the next order after it, not this, $12 and $4. It's my old contract with Chinese client and with the Indian client, but you already know about them. And the most interesting was, after all of this, I had a week full of orders, 6 orders. It was difficult, you know, but I earned a lot of money. If we compare with my first month on UGC, you see this 16, 16, 12, 16, 8, and 4. Another one with Chinese client. So as you see, this week was the hardest in my UGC career, and after it I made my first withdrawal. Yeah, this is it. But what is more interesting, during this time I started to discuss working with the person on the app work, and this work was about creation and maintaining medical application. So it's working not just like solo freelancer, it's working like the part of the team. And you know, it's incredibly important, because this is the thing that had impact on my next decisions. From the other side, we had just one really working gig that mostly involved clients for $5. And the last week of my work on that time gave me like $40 for 6 contracts. It's like first month of my UGC career, but it still was much less money than that person proposed me. So we started with the small contract, 10 hours, just to see are we a good fit for each other. So I decided to do the next thing. I started to work with that person, but still had an account with all gigs I created visible. I haven't created a new gig for UGC ads category. Yeah, but I still was available. With this, I also increased my price, because that last week was really hard. I made 6 orders. It's almost 1 order per day. Also some other changes because of miscommunications and so on. I made it like this because I already had reserved way for earning money. Yeah, programming. But because of this, you can see, for 3 weeks I had no earnings at all. 29th of December, 19th of January. But as you see, there was still a guy from Spain who decided to order one video from me. It was video about baseball course. You know, it was simple and fun, like one of my first videos about application for interview preparation. And we made this video for my new price, $40 for 30 seconds, maybe. I don't remember actually. And after that, I have no orders at all for 2 months. Mostly it's because I decided to stop everything, to hide all the gigs. And my old clients also asked me about my work, but they wanted to work with old price, with $5 per 15 seconds. But I didn't want to do this. And I decided just to stop everything and focus on my main activity, on developing. And you know, it was really cool decision. Now you can see that I have almost 300 of hours worked and already doubled my earnings from the first year. But it's still the first months of my work with this person. We still haven't completed all of the things we need to do. So this collaboration will be at least until the end of this month, or even for more time. So it was the story about how I decided to give up on this idea and return to my original way of earning. But I still have something to tell you about it. Originally, I made a plan to create 3 different gigs, to have more clients from different ways, from different purposes for creation this video. Yeah, and to make all of this, I read a lot of conversations on Reddit, I watched a lot of videos on YouTube, and you know, it was really useful. I found many ideas, many things, but I just selected what was more interesting for me. From one video, I learned that one of the best ways to earn on Fiverr is making videos in your own language. For me, it's Ukrainian. That's why I created portfolio videos in both Ukrainian and English. First gig I created with 2 videos in English, 2 videos in Ukrainian. The second gig I created only with 1 Ukrainian video. It's because mostly people asked about English videos. And the second thing I had was this Gemini chat, where I planned everything, where I created raw ideas for videos, raw scripts. And you know, I already had ideas for ads videos as portfolios. The Ukrainian video I planned as video about this exercise machine, yeah, not exercise machine, but you understand what it is. And the second video I planned to make about one application. It was one of my university projects, just to show that I can advertise software, not only physical things. It's nothing left to tell you about everything. You already know even how I planned it, how I worked, you saw in previous vlogs. And it's only left to tell you about my lessons I got during this process. So the main thing I obtained is the experience how to communicate with clients. Originally, I thought that this type of work will be more like freelancing because of more frequent communication with clients. And it really works this way, but it's not the comfortable way to work, because working on hourly contract, you just wake up, sit down and do your tasks. You always know what you need to do. You always communicate with people you already met before, and it's just comfortable, just no activities for investigating, understanding something new. But if we speak about contracts like on Fiverr, it's not only UGC, it's also about other small contracts. Even developers can work this way, creating small websites, landings, and so on. It's difficult to find really good client. Not difficult, but it needs time. So the main idea I obtained is that communication with clients is incredibly simple. There are just different types of people, but the people who have normal understanding about the situation, who are ready to pay fairly for your work, they have clear vision. Communication with them is simple, comfortable, and many other pleasant words. But the people who have no money, they always want you to do more and more, and they start even from the beginning, from the discussion. They think you will never let them out, because they are like treasure for you, for beginner who have no experience. And because of small contracts, I had an opportunity to test everything, to see how it works, how it looks, and what I need to do in such situations. Yeah, it was the best thing, and it was the experience I wanted to earn. And now, after all this information you heard, you understand that I will be no longer UGC creator. I stopped my career. It was interesting, it was full of emotions, and it was a great experience. But it's time to erase these plans. But this whiteboard will not be empty for a long time, since I already have some ideas, and we will fill it in one of the next videos. See you one step higher.
Let's see how you do.